We'll start with our further MCQ, and then if that MCQs gets over, we'll start with we'll complete remaining theory and then start with new chapter. Open PDF. Last sum which we did, I think. What was the number of last sum?
So 38.
38 we have done. 38. 38 we have completed or we have to start? Hello? 38 we have to start or we have
We
completed?
have to start.
Come to 38. If 20% of radioactive material, if 20% of radioactive material is decays in 20% decays in 4 days, then percentage amount of material left, percentage left in 12 days will be how much? If 20% is decaying in 4 days, so how much is left in 4 days? 80%? Correct? 80% is left in 4 days.
Yes.
Now 80% is left in 4 days. How much percent is left in 12 days? This becomes our question. So we know that n equals to n0 e raised to minus lambda t, where n means number of atom present at that instant. So how much is present at instant of 4 days? 80%. So can I say it is 80 upon 100 present at that instant? Hello?
Yes.
So n0 cancel, 20 into 4, 20 into 5 is e raised to minus 4 lambda equation. Then how much left in 12 days? N is number of atom left will be n0 e raised to minus lambda into 12. So n upon n0 e raised to, see we got minus 4 lambda. So use mathematical techniques. Minus 4 lambda, if I multiply by 3, it will become minus 12 lambda. Correct now?
Yes, sir.
So this becomes 4 upon 5 raised to 3. Therefore, n upon n0, 4 cube 64, 125 is left. You want in percentage. So percentage means multiply both side by 100. 25 into 5, 25 into 4. 64 into 4, 4 into 4, 16, 256 upon 5. So 51.2% is left in 12 days. Got it? 5 5 is 25. 5. Everybody has followed this one? The first wala
Yes, sir.
condition say we got e raised to minus 4 lambda, then 12 is multiplier of that. solve. Very important sum. Yes, completed.
Done, sir.
Done, huh? 1 second. Next one. Next. Sum number 39. Also good sum, frequently asked in the exam. Uranium is radioactive or stable? Hello?
Radioactive.
Radioactive, correct. Weight-based uranium-238, that means radioactive substance, and lead-206. What about lead? Stable or unstable? Stable. So this is in the ratio 4:3. If the half-life of uranium, that means radioactive substance, is 4.5 into 10 raised to 9 year, then what is age of rock? अब इसका मतलब ये है टोटल अगर 7 था स्टार्ट में 4 + 3 7, so after some year it became 4 radioactive and 3 stable. तो कितने साल के बाद हुआ रहेगा? That is age of rock if half life is this much. So number of radioactive substance present today is n. At start it is n0. So n minus n0 is stable. This line follow? This part? Because weight is nothing but number of atoms. Now if I cross multiply, I get 3n equals to 4n minus 4n0. 3n, 4n minus 4n0. n0 start में था ना, n0 minus n it will come. See again. If n0 is number of radioactive substance present at the start and n is radioactive substance present today. So start wala if it is 100, today it is 20, then n0 minus n is converted into stable. n0 minus n0. Therefore 3n equals to 4n0 minus 4n. 7n is 4 times n0. n upon n0 equal to 4/7. Now n equals to n0 e raised to minus lambda t. Therefore, n upon n0 is e raised to minus lambda t. 4 by 7 is e raised to minus lambda t. So 7 by 4 raised to minus 1 is e raised to minus lambda t. Now I can say this is same as 7 by 4 equals to e raised to lambda t. Both side negative power have eliminated. So log of 7 by 4 to the base e is log of lambda t. So log of 7 by 4, this is log of 2 to the base e, if you remember, upon capital T into t. Till this I hope you all followed what I did. Till this calculation followed, no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Sir,
just
can we try it without the formula, like logically?
we can try. It's very easy to try logically. Out of 7 parts, if 4 part is left out, that means it is slightly less than half, na? Half life. देखो 7 में से टोटल 7 है ना, अगर 8 रहता 8 में से 4 बच गया मतलब हाफ लाइफ रहता, तो हाफ लाइफ का नजदीक वाला है, तो ऐसा एक ही ऑप्शन दिख रहा है आपको. So that way also you can do.
Okay.
And by calculating, see both method you should know, whichever pattern clicks in the exam, follow that. So please write till this, then I am explaining further.
So I have a question. The original wasn't 7 though, right? Because it, like, originally it was a bit more than 7 parts now, because now the weight of lead is lower. So then
No, it's not like that. See, they're saying like this in weight ratio. So 4 weight by 3 weight. is radioactive and this is radioactive and this is stable ना. So radioactive से convert होके stable हुआ ना वो. So at the start, suppose it was 7 times radioactive, now it is 4, and out of 7, 3 is stable. ऐसा है ना meaning?
But at the start, it was more than 7, right? Because
No,
the
no. How it can be more than 7?
because the weight is not considering that
No. Weight is
lower than.
equivalent to atoms, na?
Oh, so it's not molecular weight?
No. They are single atoms weight. They are all equivalent to weight. Na? If you increase 1 molecule, 2 molecule, 3 molecule pair, so depending upon that, na?
Okay.
So log 7 by 4 upon log of 2 is equals to T upon capital T. That means T is capital T log of 7 by 4 upon log of 2. Log of 7 by 4 is obviously less than log of 2. Correct? Hello? Had it been 8, then 4 2 is 8. I will get log 2, no? Exactly. So it is T into less than 1 ratio. Product of T. So answer will be T is slightly less than half of half-life. So T is slightly less than half-life. What is half-life given? 4 point?
4.5 into 10 raised to 9 moles.
4.10 raised to how much? 4 point?
4.5 into 10 raised to 9.
Okay, this is given. So slightly less than this we want. Check where it is given in option. Slightly less than this.
D.
D option? Okay. Then option D is correct. Option D. Option D. 4.02 into 10 raised to 9. Option D. 39. Option D. Next one is also very good. Some 40 HP. Sum number 40. Two radioactive substance A and B have decay constant 5 lambda and only lambda respectively. At T equals to 0, they have same number of nuclei. So number of nuclei of first is same as number of nuclei of second when time is 0. The time interval, that is T, after which the nuclei of A to that of B is equals to 1 upon E raised to 2. So we know that number of atoms at any instant is n0 e raised to minus lambda t. So number of atoms at the start at any instant for A I am calling n1 upon n2 is n0 1 upon n0 2 e raised to minus lambda, which is 5 lambda t upon e raised to minus 1 lambda. Both are same, will get cancelled. Now n1 upon n2 is given 1 upon e raised to 2. This is e raised to minus 5 lambda t plus 1 lambda t. So e raised to minus 2 will become e raised to minus 4 lambda t. So 2 equals to 4 lambda t. Therefore t equals to 2 upon 4 lambda. So t equals to 1 upon 2 lambda. T equals to 1 upon 2 lambda. 1/2 lambda, D option. Completed? Yes, sir. Next one, 41. T is the half-life period and tau A is the average life of radioactive substance. Which statement is correct? Now, if you are able to recollect, then half-life is 0.963 upon lambda and average is 1 upon lambda. Therefore, T upon tau A is 0.693. Therefore, T is 0.693 times tau A. Which of the following statement is correct? T is 0.69. Hello? Is it greater than TA? So this relation I got. Is it greater than TA or less? Hello? Is it greater or less? Tell fast. आवाज आ नहीं रहा है, कौन बोल रहा है? It is less. So greater वाला is wrong. P. T is about 69% of TA. True, no? 0.693. If you multiply and divide by 100, will be approximately 69. So this is correct option. B. B is the correct option. Correct option B. Done?
Yes.
Sum number 42. The radioactivity of sample is R1. Activity of sample is R1 when time is T1. This is not half-life, time bola hai. And R2 when time is T2. Half-life period is T. Half-life is T. The number of atoms that has disintegrated in T2 minus T1 is. Number of atoms disintegrated in T2 minus T1 is. The number of atoms disintegrating is minus lambda into n. So when number of atom at the start is n1, then activity they are telling it is R1. R1 is number of activity when time is T1. So radioactivity of a sample is R1 at time T1. That means activity is dN by dt is R1 when time is T1. That type number of atom is suppose N1. And R2 will be lambda N2. Therefore, R1 minus R2 is minus lambda N2, N1 minus lambda N2. So R1 minus R2, if you take minus lambda common, it will become N1. Minus common, this is minus, so here I will get plus. N2 I am writing first. Hello? 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 पहले वो क्वेश्चन समझो, समझा है क्या कुछ? नहीं तो मैं तो कितना भी सम करूंगा कुछ मजा नहीं आया. Aryan, you read the sum.
The radioactivity of a sample is R1 at time T1 and R2.
एक मिनट. एक स्टेटमेंट खत्म. Pause so that you understand. Radioactivity is R1 when time is T1. What is radioactivity? dN by dt, na? That depends upon N1. Correct now?
Yes, sir.
Next वाला read करो, क्या बोले?
And R2 at time T2.
R2 when time is T2. That means when number of atom I take N2, number of atom N2, then activity is R2 at that instant. N1 is greater or N2 is greater?
We don't know.
Who is saying this? We don't know. Who said this? We don't know. Sakshi, you are wrong. Starting time number of atom is always more, we know. As time increases, number of atoms decreases, activity decreases. So we are knowing it. Difference of these two is number of atom disintegrated. So N1 minus N2 is number of atom disintegrated. We are knowing, huh? So R1 is minus lambda N1. I'm finding what is N1, then N2, then I will subtract. So this is R1 upon minus lambda is N1. Similarly, you can say R2 upon minus lambda is N2. Number of atoms disintegrated will be N1 minus N2. So R1 minus lambda minus of or R2 upon minus lambda, that is same as R1 minus R2 upon minus lambda. Minus indicates decays, that is same as 0.693 upon T. R1 minus R2 into T. Is it given proportional to or number of atom? क्या word use किया?
Proportional.
Proportional. So that 0.693 will go. So our answer will become R1. फिर से समझाता हूँ. Again listen carefully. Activities are, it is directly proportional to number of atoms. This is directly proportional to number of atoms. एकदम simple method. So R1 minus R2 is proportional to N1 minus N2. Therefore R1 minus R2 is equals to lambda into N1 minus N2. That means R1 minus R2 is minus lambda, that is 0.693 upon capital T. N1 minus N2. So N1 minus N2 is equals to R1 minus R2 into T upon 0.693 magnitude. The number of atom is proportional to R1 minus R2. This is R1 minus R2 into T. Option D. Completed? Yes, completed.
That's all.
Sum number 43. Two radioactive samples A and B are prepared 12 years ago, have half-life of 3 and 4. Both samples have same activity today. Same activity means same number of atom today. 1 microcurie. 1 microcurie. The difference between the activity 12 years ago will be how much? That means difference between number of atom 12 years ago. For A, P equals to n times half-life. Hello?
Yes.
So P is, if 12 years ago, how much half-life? If each half-life is 3. So can I say n is 4? Hello?
Yeah.
So number of atom is 1 upon 2, 4 times original. Now it is 1. 1 upon 2 raised to 4 times original. Therefore, 16 was number of atoms present of A 12 years before. Same way for B, total time is NT. It is 12 equals to n into 4. Therefore, n is 3. So n becomes 1 upon 2 raised to 3 n0. Today it is 1. This is 1 by 8 of n0. So n0 of B was 8 12 years before. So what is difference? Can you tell now? 16 minus 8 equals to 8 microcurie. Understood the sum properly? Hello?
Sir.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, right. Difference is 8 microcurie. If you complete, please tell. Otherwise, unnecessary I wait.
And so,
44. A sample of radioactive element has mass of 10 gram at the start. The approximate mass of this element after 2 mean life. 2 mean life means 2 into 1 upon lambda time के बाद. What is the sample का mass? So this mass present at the start is m0. After 2 half-life, how much? So we know m is m0 e raised to minus lambda t. The number of atom or radioactivity or mass, all are directly proportional. M is 10 gram e raised to minus lambda, t is 2 upon lambda. This will get cancelled. So m equals to 10 upon e square. M equals to 10 upon 2.713, 2.713. So m equals to 10 upon. What is 2.7 ka square? Hello?
7.29.
7.29. So ये 13 को निकाल दिया तो इसको मैं थोड़ा सा अप्रोक्सीमेट कर सकता हूँ बाद में, मतलब अपना आंसर जो आएगा इससे थोड़ा कम आएगा, डिनोमिनेटर ज्यादा है इससे। 2.7 इंटू 2.7 तो 7.29 ना, बट इट इज स्लाइटली ग्रेटर, तो अपना डिनोमिनेटर थोड़ा ज्यादा है, इससे आंसर इससे थोड़ा कम आना चाहिए। सो दिस इज लाइक upon 729. 729 into 1 is 729. Point 1 point something. 1 point something किधर है? एक ही ऑप्शन C. So 1.35 is the answer. Only at one place 1 point is present. C is the correct option.
So what's the difference between mean life and half-life?
Mean life was time interval in which substance reduces to nearly 61% of original, and that was 50%.
Oh, okay.
Yes, completed.
Done.
Next sum 45. In the mass defect in formation of helium from hydrogen is 0.5%. Say mass, if the mass defect मतलब difference in the mass delta m, हाइड्रोजन से हीलियम जब भी बनाया तो मास 0.5% डिफेक्ट दिखाया। 0.5% डिफेक्ट मतलब 0.5% कम हो गया मास ऑफ द ओरिजिनल मास। 0.5% डिफेक्ट, that is 0.5 upon 100. Then energy obtained in kilowatt hour, energy in kilowatt hour in forming helium from 1 kg of hydrogen will be how much? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
If from one material we are having another material, mass कम हो गया मतलब that कम वाला mass is getting converted into energy. This is the main mass which is reduced. Mass reduced तो हो नहीं सकता है, gets converted into energy. This is called mass defect. It's converted into energy. That means if originally 1 kg hydrogen is taken, you get helium only 95, suppose only 90, 0.9 kg. तो 0.1 kg एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट हो गया, तो लोग ने बोला ऐसा डिफेक्ट विल बी ओनली 0.5%, दैट इज गेटिंग कन्वर्टेड इनटू एनर्जी। So delta m, that is mass defect, is 0.5% of 1 kg. Energy is mass converted by Einstein into energy is delta M into C square. So 0.5 upon 100, C is 3 into 10 raised to 8. This is in joule, but they bought in kilowatt hour. Just write till this, then I'm explaining. First you complete till this, then I'm explaining how to convert joule to kilowatt hour. So whatever mass has reduced, that has actually converted into energy. By Einstein, it is delta M into C square.
So what does C represent?
Speed of light in air.
But then,
Einstein mass energy relation is E is mc square. Na?
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't square it. Sorry. Great mistake I did. So this will be 0.5 upon 100. When you square it, will become 9 into 10 raised to 16. E will become 4.5 into 10 raised to 14 joules, which you have to convert in kilowatt hour. So just come till this, then I'm finding the relation between joule and kilowatt hour. Okay, completed till this. 4.5 into 10 raised to 14 tha.
Yeah.
I have to find not answer in joule but in kilowatt hour. Just see the conversion factor. You might have forgotten. One kilowatt hour means 1000 watt into 3600 second. That means 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules upon second into second. So now you got idea. 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule is 1 kilowatt hour. So x joule is how many hour? It will be E upon, कौन है ये वीडियो ऑन कर देता है? So this will be x upon 3.6 into 10 raised to 6. So therefore energy will become 4.5 into 10 raised to 14 upon 3.6 into 10 raised to 6. 9 fours are 36, 9 into 5, 10 raised to 8. So 1.25 into 10 raised to 8 kilowatt hour is the energy converted due to mass defect. 1.25 into 10 raised to 8 is given when, where?
C.
Option C, na? C. When we have Monday extra, do we have any time? Monday extra lecture? Any day we have. So yeah, don't trouble now because I'm continuously having lecture. I get disturbed actually. Yes. If you complete, please tell.
None.
Next one. Total energy of a particle is exactly twice that of rest energy. Total energy is exactly twice that of rest energy. Then speed in terms of velocity of light will be how much? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Rest energy is due to rest mass m0 into c square. This is called rest energy. This all is by Einstein equation. As per Einstein, energy is mc square. Okay. अब ये any स्पीड से होगा तो m into c square होगा जब स्पीड में है तो. This time anybody who has not followed first to tell me this. Einstein theory says that energy is mc square. C is the speed of light in air. So they're telling energy at any instant is double that of rest. So rest में mass m0 लिया और any time पे m. So by theory of relativity, this is m naught root of 1 minus v square by c square. C square cancel is 2 times m naught. M naught cancel. This all I think in chemistry also you might have done. Now if I square, I get 1 upon 1 minus v square by c square equals to 4. So 1 upon c square minus v square upon c square equals to 4. That is c square upon c square minus v square is 4. So this becomes c square equal to 4c square minus 4 times v square. So minus 3c square is minus 4v square. Minus minus will get cancelled. So root 3c equals to 2v. Therefore speed must be root 3 by 2 into c. Root 3 by 2 c wala speed pe mass will be such that the energy will become half of rest mass. A option, root 3 by 2 into c. Option A.
Sir, I didn't get it.
Do you know first Einstein equation of mass and energy?
Yeah, but then what about...
One minute. One by one will see here.
Okay.
What is mass energy relation? E equal to mc square. Okay. Then there is one theory called theory of relativity. Moving mass m is m naught upon root of 1 minus v square by c square. This is called theory of relativity. So whenever you talk about subatomic particles like electron, proton, then their speed is close to speed of light. For other bodies on the earth, they will not be traveling by speed of light. Like car will not travel by speed of light. Bird will not travel by speed of light. But subatomic particles, they travel 10 raised to 7 meters per second, electron and all. So in that case, mass do get affected at larger speed. So this is formula for mass at any speed is this much. So this is called theory of relativity.
Okay.
And then it is easy because this is only sometimes we use. Now clear after this, once you know this, mass ka formula.
Yeah, sir.
That's
Sum number 47. The theory we have not done, but still we can manage because it is just simple formula. Energy, binding energy is mass converted into energy. This is called as mass defect, and that defect goes to bind the atom. अगर ये per nucleon पूछा रहेगा तो you have to divide by mass number. बस इतनी खाली ध्यान रखना है. Then in theory again I will explain. Mass of neutron Mn, mass of proton Mp are 1.0087 and 1.0073. AMU means you can write U, atomic mass unit, respectively. If the neutron proton combine to form helium, they combine to form helium of mass 4.0015 angstrom, atomic mass unit. Then binding energy of the helium will be how many million electron volt? 1 million electron volt, please remember 931 AMU. If they have not given, you have to remember this. See how to start. Single mass of neutron single mass of proton they have given. They combine together to form helium, whose mass is given 4.0015 angstrom unit. आप बोल सकते हैं कितना न्यूट्रॉन कितना प्रोटॉन मिलके हीलियम बना? Because it's
2 proton, 1 neutron.
4He2 means Z equals to 2, A equals to 4. This is the meaning. Therefore, number of proton, which is Z, hello? Can I call at 8:30, madam? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Number of proton is Z, which is 2. Number of neutron is A minus Z, which is 4 minus 2 equals to 4. Okay. So now mass defect means difference in the mass of individual when you are adding and total. So I write delta M equals to 2 proton plus 2 neutron minus total mass. So 2 common, mass of proton plus mass of neutron minus total mass. So 2 into 1.0087 plus 1.0073 minus of total is 4.0015. So this will be equals to 2 into 7 and 3 is 10, 8, 7, 15 and 1, 16, carry 1, 1, 0, 2 minus 4.001. So 0, 2 into 6, 12, 3, 0, 4 minus 4.0015. So defect will be, okay, just copy till this. Individual proton neutron minus collective is called mass defect. So did you get till 0.0305 mass defect?
Yes, sir.
अभी बाइंडिंग एनर्जी पूछा है तो मैंने आपको कन्वर्शन बताया क्या है. (931) 1 U is nothing but 931 million electron volt. लास्ट में बाइंडिंग एनर्जी इज नथिंग बट binding energy will be that delta M into 931. How much is delta 1? 0.0305 na? So 0.03 into 931 कर लेते हैं. 3 into 1 3, 3 3 are 9, 3 9 are 27. After 2-digit decimal. Check. We have close to this.
Yes, sir. The option.
B option होएगा ना? 20 नहीं, A option है 28. Hello?
हाँ सर.
A option A 47. Complete. Then one more I am doing. और MCQ खत्म कर लेता हूँ, फिर थियरी बता. Okay, shall I clear it?
Yes.
Next sum 48. The binding energy per nucleon of C12-6 nucleus is how much? If mass of C12-6 is 12 AMU, मतलब एक साथ वजन किया तो 12. So mass of proton individually is 1.0078 and mass of neutron is 1.0087 AMU. 1 AMU is 931.4 million electron volt. They have given. See, first you will always find what is difference in the mass individually and collectively. So 12C6 means 6 proton and 6 neutron minus total mass. So 6 into mass of proton minus mass of neutron minus total plus mass of total. Mass of proton is 1.0078 plus 1.0087 minus M. M means total mass is given 12. So 6 into 8 and 7, 15. 15, 1, 16. 0, 0, oh, 15, 16, 1. 0, 1. 8 and 7, 15, carry 1, 15, 1, 16, carry 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1 plus 1, 2, minus 4. So 6 into 5, 30, carry 3. 6, 6 are 36 and 3, 39, carry 3. 6 and 3 is 9. 012 minus 2. So 0.0990 AMU is the defective mass. So binding energy, total binding energy will become 0.0990 into 931.4. This is for total. So binding energy per nucleon means 0.099099 into, okay चलो जगह नहीं है, इतना करो पहले. You have come till this? We can cancel by 3. 3 4s are 12. 0.0. 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9. By 4. 4 into 2 is 8. Remainder 1. 4 3s are 12. Remainder 1. 4 2s are 8. Remainder will be 3. 34. 4 8s are 32. Remainder 2. 4 5s are 20. So 0.033 into 232.85. So approximately you can take 0.03 into 232.85.
Why are we dividing by 24 though?
24 नहीं 12 12 से divided.
Oh, okay.
12 I have put 12. Then 3 4s are 12 and I have 10. 12 is the mark.
Okay, sir.
3 5s are 15. 24 1 25. 32. 2 2s are 6 and 2 8. 2 3s are 9. 2 2s are 6. That's 1 2. 2 4 1 2 3 4. 6.9 से थोड़ा ज्यादा. So this greater than this, so D option 7.1 answer. It is binding energy not per neutron, per nucleon. That's why mass number. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Nuclear fission and fusion reaction, now they have deleted from the syllabus, but still for entrance I don't know, not come out with that. But remember, whenever lighter nuclei is to be made stable, then they combine and heavier they split. So hydrogen bomb में combine होके energy defect होता है. Combining is called fusion and splitting is called fission. So in hydrogen bomb, we use the process of which one? Fusion or fission? हाइड्रोजन हल्का है ना, तो उसको कंबाइन करने, कंबाइन मतलब फ्यूज, सो फ्यूजन. यूरेनियम में फिशन. करेक्ट आंसर इज देन बी, फ्यूजन. ओके, 49 फ्यूजन, 50.
So fusion bombs have a bigger blast, right?
Yeah, because they release more energy per nucleon. That's why hydrogen bomb is dangerous than uranium. And North Korea is having this hydrogen bomb.
So atom bomb is fusion or fission?
No, atom bomb is general name. Then atom bomb can be hydrogen atom bomb. It can be uranium atom bomb.
Okay.
Depending upon which chemicals are causing that energy release. So it is two reaction, fusion or fission. So far hydrogen bomb is not yet used anytime for destructive purpose. North Korea is every time they are warning that they will utilize that. Fission of nuclei is possible. Fission बोला है, fission means heavy nuclei ना. Fission of nuclei is possible because binding energy per nucleon in them increases with mass number, decreases with mass number at high mass number. Heavy nuclei means number of neutron is more. That means its binding energy per nucleon will be decreasing with mass number at high mass number. D. बाइंडिंग एनर्जी कम हो गया तो ब्रेक हो जाता है. One is theoretical. Characteristics X-ray are produced due to. Now what is meaning of characteristics X-ray? Actually निकाल दिया अभी ये पार्ट है, फिर भी थोड़ा सा जनरल नॉलेज रख सकते हैं. Whenever we plot the graph of wavelength against energy released for X-ray. Energy का मतलब है hc by lambda. So it is found that a graph ऐसा continuous आता है और बीच बीच में spikes होते हैं. The spikes indicates their characteristics, means whether it is coming from K shell, L shell, F shell. So continuity is due to accelerating voltage. Accelerating voltage मतलब kinetic energy, which is E into V. This voltage is hc by lambda. So इससे अलग अलग energy are emitted. And this is due to jumping of the electron from one orbit to another. That's called characteristics. So characteristics is transfer of energy in collision of electron with the atom of target, or transfer of momentum in collision of electron with the atoms of target, transition of electron from higher to the lower orbit. It is nothing but transition of electron going from one orbit to another orbit. So C option. Electron releases the energy and comes from high orbit to lower, it is 5 times. So that is called transition of electron from higher orbit to the lower orbit. So C option. But now it is not there. You can delete it if you want. If you want, you can put cross in your book. No need to do. 52. A photon and electron and uranium nucleus all have same wavelength. The one with one. A photon, electron, uranium have same wavelength, then which one will have most energy?
Photon, right?
What section? Hello?
Yeah, sir.
Something you asked?
Is it the photon?
Photon will have more. Actually, electron will have more. Reason I am telling. Lambda is h upon mv. This is the formula. Lambda is h upon mv. हर एक का एनर्जी सेम बोला है ना, वेवलेंथ सेम बोला है, तो mv प्रोडक्ट हर एक का सेम होएगा ना. इलेक्ट्रॉन, दिस वन, देन फोटोन, फोटोन तो mc स्क्वायर हो जाएगा. हेलो हेलो.
हाँ सर.
तो किसका मास ज्यादा होने वाला है? इस सब मास ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन ज्यादा है ना कंपेयर टू बाकी का. क्या फोटोन यूरेनियम का ज्यादा है? एक मिनट मैं आपको वापस समझाता हूँ. पहला फोटोन और इलेक्ट्रॉन देख लेते हैं. एनर्जी ऑफ फोटोन is mc square, that is mc into c. So linear momentum p into c, that means h upon lambda into c. This much clear? Hello? This much clear?
Yes, sir.
अभी एनर्जी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन देखते हैं. वो तो हाफ mv स्क्वायर होता है. That means it is half mv into v, which will become half h upon lambda into v. So if I compare this, energy of photon upon energy of electron, h by lambda cancel, c upon v by 2. So 2c by v. 2c by v. C is greater than v. Yes, energy of photon is greater. A is correct option. A. One with most energy is the photon. Now all sums are easier. They are based on de Broglie's wavelength. We did actually in electrons photon. So that's all for today. Next lecture we'll do 3-4 sums which are remaining, and then start with new. Again theory is left over. Sorry. One more lecture I will take, that is next class, Wednesday, to complete this chapter completely. And Friday we'll start with then last chapter, semiconductor. Completed, then I'm clearing it.